Hi, welcome to the Tryforce podcast, where we talk about video games, we talk about movies, anime now, apparently.
Yeah, we're fucking multimedia at this point.
That alone is going to get us copyright.
Watch the show.
No.
It's the Tryforce.
By all known laws of aviation, there is no way that someone should be able to shoot bees out of their hands. Welcome to the Bioshock podcast. Yeah. No, guys, I'm not. Am I doing it solo today? Like, can I get like at least a pity laugh? At least something? No.
Shame.
You're both looking at me like
Shame. Shame.
Dude, you know what I just felt like? I felt like I just went out in the middle of a lecture hall with my boxers on. Like I felt like I was just like, huh?
Your opening statement was trash.
And like the teacher just slowly behind the desk, like, security.
I would give you a needs improvement.
Doesn't play well with others. Oh my goodness.
Everybody pair up.
Yeah.
Not you, Cole.
You're paired up with me specifically so I can keep an eye on your dumbass.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Wow. But if you could somehow force yourself back onto it with us, welcome to the Tryforce podcast.
That's why I opened our talk with, I'm going to attempt an intro.
Yeah, it was an attempt. There was an attempt. It happened.
Listen, you know what? They can't all be like, crash your car, you're laughing so hard funny. You know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be some fucking duds. Like,
I don't know if we need to be crashing people's cars right at the beginning.
Yeah.
I think we can lead into it, Mr. B movie script. Okay, so we have another person with us.
Absolutely.
today. A Tryforce in number.
of course. The beautiful, the lovely. I was hoping you're gonna like piggyback on
Hi,
that.
I'm here.
Normally it's a rule of 3 with something like that. I think you really left her hanging
Yeah,
in the
just
middle
like,
of your
am I supposed to say-
adjectives.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So welcome, Nicole.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on the podcast.
Of course, this is my favorite game. So
I think. Hold on, wait. I have to turn the microphone. Yes, there we go. Okay, now you should be talking. You should be good now.
hello,
There we go. There's that.
Much better.
There's the crispiness.
Krispy Kreme. No,
Ooh, I'd love some Krispy Kreme.
but yeah, thank you for inviting me. This is like one of my favorite games. So
Yeah, I mean, you actually turned me on to this game, so I really gotta thank you for that.
no problem. Just
Our
don't miss any levels anymore.
Yeah, our experience playing it has been full of supervision, I'll say. Supervision was the nice word for it. Violent criticism would be the more apt term. I have never met a more aggressive backseat gamer than Nicole. Like, this woman was ready to divorce me over not fully exploring an area of Bioshock. Like,
Why wouldn't you explore the whole area?
Yes.
because
Come
like
on,
I'm like just figuring out how this game works, and you know me with games, I'm used to Oonga Boonga blast my way through. Like, I don't care how difficult I make it for myself, I'm going to blast my way through as fast as possible. That's just how I play the game. And also, when I'm doing the game for the first time, I go through the story, I go through how I, instinctively go through a game. And then as the game progresses, I'll pick up like one of the tape recorders and I'll listen to that and be like, oh shit, is there more of those? And then I'll go back and I'll, do that. Like, that's the natural progression of how games work for me. So I'm in the first room and Nicole is like, you didn't loot the garbage can. You didn't loot this. You go loot the body. You have to find. Look, there's a thing right there. I'm like, Nicole.
Early game. You need those resources.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me do it.
I know, but some parts of the level you can't go back.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm saying explore them, because they might help you later for like power-ups and like special skills, like hacking. You need the hacking skill.
Yeah, that is true. But like I was just like, oh my god.
You appear in every video game that you are playing to inflict violence.
Yes.
That is what you are there to do, no matter what the context
Yeah,
is.
my philosophy is stealth is optional. That's all.
You play a puzzle game. Like it's upsetting. It really is. So I can imagine, as someone who knows all the tweaks and turns, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough not to do that for something like this, because this is a monolith of a game. I remember playing this game back in college for the first time. Definitely not when it came out, but I remember the Video Game Awards. If you can imagine, the Star Wars prequels were in vogue at the time.
Oh no!
And so Hayden Christensen was giving an award at the Game Awards and made a joke about adult diapers going up in price because so many people didn't want to pause Bioshock. And I still to this day think it's so true.
I mean, listen, if anyone fits the aesthetic of Bioshock, it's fucking Darth Vader. I mean, like
100%.
yeah, like I could absolutely say, like, Darth Vader is like the space Big Daddy. Like
Nicole, your thoughts, please?
Oh my god, Colton, please, please. You're the person that's just like, one, doesn't explore or check everything. You're like the guy who will bust down walls to get from point A to point B.
Absolutely, I'll do it in the loudest, most violent way possible.
And this it's one, he doesn't have a drill for an arm.
No, but he's got a lightsaber.
It's not attached to him.
You know the Rosies have flamethrowers?
Bioshock is a 2007 first-person shooter game developed by 2K Boston, later known as Irrational Games.
Z, how does it feel to be like our babysitter for the podcast?
The conversational third in your marriage, I know very well by now.
Oh my god.
So the game's concept was developed by Irrational's creative lead Ken Levine, who did all of the Bioshock games. He's kind of the head behind it all, and incorporates ideas by 20th century dystopian and utopian thinkers such as Ayn Rand, George Orwell, Aldous Huxley, as well as John D. Rockefeller and Walt Disney.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bioshock is set in 1960. The player guides the protagonist, Jack, after his airplane crashes in the ocean near the bathysphere terminus. And I want Nicole to explain what a bathysphere is.
A bathysphere is like a pod that you find first in the lighthouse, where you're going from the plane, and you hop into this mysterious thing, this pod, and you pull a lever and it goes down all these levels of the water till you reach
Rapture.
Yeah, it's essentially just like, imagine like a tiny submarine.
Yep. So this guy crash lands in the ocean near this thing, and it takes him to the underwater city of Rapture, built by the business magnate Andrew Ryan. Andrew Ryan,
CIA
definitely one of the
spook.
coolest villains in any video game I think I've ever played.
Yeah, like a very complicated villain.
100%.
Yeah, I really, I couldn't, like, the first time I played this through all the way, I couldn't, like, properly articulate how I felt about Andrew Ryan, like I couldn't, I mean, we all know what happens, but like, I couldn't properly process how I felt about it. You know what I mean?
I can imagine. He is definitely you get into this underwater city and you're like, oh my god, and then you learn about it and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So it's definitely different. Nicole, how do you feel about Andrew Ryan as a villain?
I don't know, because he is bad, but like he was trying his best to make his dream come true, you know? And I
will
don't
not fault the citizens for taking initiative.
yeah, but like, you know, in this utopia, quote unquote, it is in a utopia, you know, there's fighting, there's, you know, with the powers inside, and I don't know, like with all, we're not gonna get into that now because we're gonna go and process. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I want to process.
That's totally
it's
fair.
like the overarching like theme of the game is, I feel the road to hell is paved with good intention.
Yeah.
Fair.
You know,
Fair,
So,
100%.
like
So
he
the
just
city-
wanted to do this. He wanted to make his dream come true. He wanted to create this perfect society, and well, we see how that went.
The city was intended to be an isolated utopia under the sea, down where it's wetter. But the discovery of
Not so
Adam,
much better.
take it from me. The discovery of Adam, and I'm not talking about like a dude named Adam. I'm talking about Adam, like in all capitals.
What
Like
if it
imagine
was
it's just
like
a dude diving, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Adam," and Andrew Ryan's like, "Brilliant."
and just a completely unremarkable dude.
Yeah, exactly. Adam is a genetic material which can be used to grant superhuman powers and, unsurprisingly, initiated the city's turbulent decline.
Wasn't it caused by slugs also? Like
Yeah.
the slugs
Sea slugs, yeah.
that made the atom.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
learned that in the Bioshock Infinite DLC, actually, I think.
Well, no, we also learned it in the first BioShock.
Yeah, they mention it
Oh,
in
sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor, right? I forgot
Yeah.
her name.
She talks about
Yeah.
it.
Yep. Okay. I remember
really-
it being shown in that DLC, and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh.
Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare. But like, I just love the idea that, could you imagine, like, we've only explored like, I think 90% of our oceans on planet Earth. So there
I don't
could
think
be
that's true. Are we
Okay,
talking about
probably
percentage
way less,
covered
yeah.
or amount of oceans?
percentage covered. I mean, you know,
Oh, not
like-
even close to 90%.
No?
Nowhere
Really?
near.
Oh my
no,
god.
it's-
Okay. So there could be super powered sea slugs down in the water, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's
All that
that's
stuff
the
in the
crazy
deep water freaks me right out.
Yeah, which is like, that's what I love about this game, is that a lot of this is theoretically plausible. You know,
yeah.
like I hate and love games like that, because this is literally just supposed to be New York in the 60s, and it's just wet. You know, it's just wet New York. Like, it's just okay. But like, you know, it's like, I could see this. I've literally seen parts of New York that look like this.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, it's Art Deco. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a crazy vibe. This game, 100%. The atmosphere is wild. Jack tries to find a way to escape the city of Rapture, fighting through hordes of Adam-obsessed enemies, and of course, the iconic, deadly, deep-sea diver-looking motherfuckers, the big old daddies.
Oh yeah.
The big
Absolutely.
daddies.
The notorious big daddies.
All the while engaging with the few sane humans that remain and eventually learning of Rapture's past. The player as Jack can defeat foes in several ways, using weapons and plasmids, which are unique powers, and turning Rapture's defenses against them.
Dude, the first time I encountered a plasmid Like, I like to think of what I would do in the situations that these characters are thrown into. If I found out I could just inject electricity into my fucking arms, I think I would have just been focused on that until I was dead.
Yeah, that's why Adam and the plasmids initiated the complete and utter decline of this society.
I like to think that I would keep a cool head about it, but like also when we got the fire one later on, I'd be like, whoa! Like,
that's the one I'd be interested in. Yeah.
Not the insect one?
Oh, the bees?
Fuck no. Absolutely not. I would rather be dead than have that thing in me.
Yeah, no, that was good. I'm good on that.
Ice? What about the ice one?
Ice one was pretty
cool. Ice
fucking
is cool. Yeah. Ice is cool. I would take that.
I did love the telekinesis one, which was really cool. I loved that shit. So.
When you could pull an item to you and then shoot it back. Yeah, that was sick.
That was so cool. I love that. I love the idea that, like, you know, this whole thing is like, Andrew Ryan talks about like human evolution, and he's like, we are the next stage of human evolution. He's essentially just trying to create New York City run by the X-Men, and you know what, I kind of respect it, you know.
But no. Oh yeah. That sounds so good. Please put the X-Men in charge instead of Kathy Hochul, please. I swear. Oh, yeah. Please, I beg you.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think this game is crazy. It's a lot of fun, and let's get into a little bit deeper, I suppose.
Deeper in the ocean, like.
Yes, I do mean that. Nice.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Can I get my first rim shot of 2022, please?
Absolutely. Hang on. Un momento, por favor.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Got you.
Alrighty. Very cool. So Bioshock takes place in Rapture, as we stated, a large underground city planned and constructed in the 1940s by business magnate Andrew Ryan, who wanted to create a utopia for society's elite to flourish outside of two things. First thing, I'm okay with. Second thing, really think it could use some better phrasing. Wanted to create a utopia for society's elite, first of all, to flourish outside of government control and, quote, petty morality.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he means, but, like, it's an extremely Machiavellian way to get through human evolution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's also a very 1% view of human evolution, you know, where it's like, oh, we'll do tests on the peons and, you know,
Sure.
we'll make it happen that way. So
It actually comes from a school of thought called objectivism, if you're interested.
Yes.
That's Ayn Rand right there. This philosophy resulted in remarkable advances in the arts and sciences, which included the discovery of Adam, a potent gene-altering substance, which is created by a species of sea slug on the ocean floor. Let the lady get her points. Put Nicole on the board. Sea slugs.
Yeah,
absolutely. So it's so interesting because, you know, that's essentially how technology evolved, you know,
sea slug?
Yeah, via sea slug, you know, just
how many other technologies have evolved via sea slug? Via slug, period. Like, I'm giving the slugs their day on this one. I'm not gonna lie.
I would love it. I don't know why, but I just imagined a slug in a lab coat, like, yes, fascinating.
I just picture someone walking up to Andrew Ryan and they're like, look, if you let this slug vomit into your stomach, you can get superpowers. He's like, gross, sell it.
You know, the way you put that is so insane because, like, you know that there are currently living humans that would attempt this kind of sale. You know what I mean?
I'm just wondering how long it's gonna take, because Bioshock Infinite is under the water. I'm sorry, in the sky, and Bioshock the first and second are both under the sea. So I'm just waiting for the subterranean Jeff Bezos experience. I just can't wait for that fucking naked mole rat to just burrow his way into the earth.
I honestly think that Jeff Bezos is going to create Rapture, and Gwyneth Paltrow is going to be the one to market sea slug vomit as a cure for humanity.
Jesus. Oh my lord. I can't complain. I had bone broth soup for dinner. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Atoms soon led to the creation of plasmids, mutagenic serums that grant superhuman powers like telekinesis and pyrokinesis. Light a cigarette with the tip of your finger. That shit is sick.
Yeah.
And
I
they
love
had
the little,
those
like,
crazy jingles
infomercials.
for them.
I loved the infomercials for fucking plasmids.
I would buy it.
It's so jarring that like something as mundane as a fucking commercial is advertising literal fucking superpowers. Like that's so
Also, the images they use, the little doodles.
Oh,
it reminds
yeah.
me of what is it? To the other game, Fallout, the Pit Boy.
Yeah.
It reminds me
yeah,
of the
yeah.
Pit Boy guy.
Fallout and Bioshock are definitely like the Halo and Call of Duty of each other. You know what I mean? Like they're going to the same market.
But the same.
Yeah,
Different
they're
things,
going
but
to the same market. Exactly. So like, I adore that. You know, it was such a weird experience to me because it's like you've seen advertisements like this before. And like I also like to picture like if somebody from the 1800s were to be shot into today. You know, this would be the same experience for them.
They would panic.
They would be fucking like, what is the sorcery being peddled to the masses right now in the most like nonchalant, careless way possible?
I don't know. I hope that fucking Joe Rogan convincing everybody to take fucking ivermectin for COVID doesn't make people into fucking splicers.
With the hook hands. They just
The
come
hook
with
hands, exactly.
Oh my god.
To protect and isolate Rapture, classic move, Ryan outlaws any contact with the surface world.
Yeah.
Love it.
Democracy 101.
Everything is fine here. You don't need to know about anything else. Yikes.
Exactly. You know?
As Rapture flourished, surprise, sir, not fucking surprise, wealth disparity also grew.
Yeah. Who could have seen that coming?
Wow.
Crazy. And I love the way that this is presented. This is the funniest like word I think I've ever seen because of the priority given to the word before. As Rapture flourished, wealth disparities also grew, and con man / businessman Frank Fontaine. Why would you put it before? That just makes me not believe he's a businessman.
Because like let's be honest, you know, most businessmen are con men first. You know what I mean?
I know, but that's like the same as me walking up to you and saying, hello, I am famed liar and also Olympic gold medalist Lee Benson.
I think I would believe you because like no person trying to convince me that they're a gold medalist is opening like that. You know what I mean? No person who's trying any kind of hard to convince me of anything will open like that.
I agree. Oh God, yeah. So what a move. Con man / businessman Frank Fontaine.
I will be like introducing myself as that, like
Frank
con man, / whatever it is I'm doing.
I'm gonna die.
Hi, Colton Murray, con man / podcast host.
I'm gonna walk in tomorrow. Good morning, students. I'm con man / teacher, Mr. Benson. Oh, dude. Oh, okay. So this guy Frank Fontaine uses his influence over the disenfranchised working class to establish illegal enterprises and to attain power, even enough to rival even Andrew Ryan himself. Never is responded terribly well to by the wealthy when that happens.
We got the Bostonian Elon Musk now rising up through the ranks.
But he is definitely by no means like a man of the people. Like as you're gonna hear, together with doctors Bridget Tenenbaum and Yi Su Chang, Fontaine would create his own company dedicated towards researching plasmids and gene tonics. As Adam became addictive and demand skyrocketed, Fontaine would secretly mass-produce Adam through slugs implanted in the stomachs of orphan girls, nicknamed the Little Sisters.
Oh my god. It's like, they made a joke about something like that in Futurama, where like it's supposed to be this way over the top fucking concept where like, do you remember the character Mom in Futurama? Like
I remember very well the character of Mom from Futurama.
The thing that comes to mind is when Fry was buying the anchovies and she's like, he must know the secret. If you cut the oil creating gene out of the anchovy and implant it into a bunch of small third world children, you got boom, cheap effective robot oil. It's supposed to sound like the absolutely insane end of capitalism. It's supposed to be this way extreme example that we're never supposed to get to, and yet here we are. It's just it's supposed to, I guess this is supposed to highlight that even those extreme ends can happen.
This is like if capitalism peaked in the 60s right here.
Oh my god. This is literally what would happen if all of our rich people like made their own society. This is it. This is exactly what would happen.
But then could they just get rid of each other because they go mad with all like the addictiveness?
Oh, dude, what if we let them just colonize Mars and let them all kill each other?
Oh yeah, no, please go up there and run out of air, you fucking bunch of bastards. But you leave us all in your will.
That's such a good idea. You know what? I support the billionaires colonizing Mars because they will be dead within 30 years.
I've been proven wrong. What can I say?
Yeah, that's
get the sea slugs.
And then we have a foundation for our new society. So
I feel like you could definitely tell, like, I don't know, Kanye, that if you stick enough beetles down your throat, you'll become a god. Definitely, like, do it.
Beetles, yep.
God,
full scarab beetles, like big ones.
I was just about to say, would you like to ascend to Egyptian god status? Just eat like 100 scarabs live, like they have to be alive in your stomach.
They have to resist. Oh my god. Okay. So he starts to mass produce Adam through the Little Sisters. Fontaine was then killed in a shootout with police, and Ryan takes this opportunity to seize his assets, including control of the Little Sisters. In the months that followed, a man amongst the poor named Atlas rose up and began a violent revolution against Ryan, with both sides using plasmid-enhanced humans known as splicers to wage war on each other. So Adam, hell of a drug.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, I know how dangerous it is, but man, would I want to fucking try it at least once. You know what I mean? Like, I think, honestly, having the superpowers might outweigh it. What do you think?
Looking like a splicer? I don't know.
I like my hands.
Yeah, well, you don't need to become a splicer. I would just like to see if I could shoot lightning once.
No, you know? Man,
I know, like but then you'll want to do it more.
It's like the most addictive substance ever, so that's why these people look like this. It's like, and I mean, one of my favorite callback jokes in BioShock Infinite is they say, is it someone new? Because that's the first thing the first splicer says to you after you get out of the bathysphere. So it's just like these people they're hardly Hardly even in
People.
their own heads.
Yeah, that's true. You know, it's fucking crazy. And also, when you have an army of people like that, just oh my god, like what do you do against that? Like, it's just people with absolutely no self-preservation instinct at all. You know, and it's just that's so insane to fight. You know what I mean?
100%. This game just keeps like kind of rolling, like it just sort of kind of like builds like a snowball running down a hill. Like you kind of learn more and more, even if you just like play the main storyline and like do most of what the game kind of forces you to do. It's just it's really good slow burn. This whole plot is really great.
It just gets like it just gets more and more fucked as you go through. Like,
sure,
there is never a point in this game where I'm like, wow, this situation is exactly what it is.
Sure,
you know, it's so complex in every situation, except for the hacking. The hacking should not be that easy. You know what I mean?
Is crazy.
That should not be that easy.
To protect the little sisters, Ryan created the Big Daddies, a genetically enhanced human that has been surgically grafted into gigantic lumbering diving suits, designed to escort the sisters as they scavenged Adam from dead bodies. Whew.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
But oh, sorry.
No. Go ahead, please.
Isn't it in like Bioshock 2 where you could be a little sister and you see through their eyes?
You can be a big daddy. I think you play as a big daddy.
Yeah, but I know you could do that towards the end of this game, because isn't that kind of how they get the trust also?
With the little sisters?
Yeah, like Jack, he kind of gets the pheromones and like the suit, but he's not attached to it. Like,
oh yeah, he like disguises himself as a big daddy.
But
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying in the second one, Zach, maybe you would know that you can go through the eyes of like the little sister and like you see how the people look, like say the splicers, you know that they look
and everything's like really happy and shit, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember what you're talking about. I think that was just in like a cutscene if I remember correctly. But I do know you play as a big daddy in Bioshock 2.
Yeah.
Alright, word. Yeah. I totally forgot about that, honestly. That's true. Because they're just so hyped up on Adam all the time. Everything sounds incredible.
Yeah. You know what also this reminds me of? You remember Repo, the musical?
Do I remember Repo the musical? That is my shit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This reminds me like of even later stage capitalism. Like, imagine like you have to pay to keep the right to your organs, you know, and then when you die, they like some undertaker just comes and takes them from you.
Sure. Absolutely.
Like, that's what this feels like. That this is literally just capitalist hell. Like, this is exactly as deep as capitalism goes. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It's just so.
Adam comes in a little glass vial, bro. Let's go. Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
That's got me hype. I'm probably gonna watch that later, because considering it's like an hour and a half.
Yeah, right.
Tensions come to a head on the New Year's Eve of 1958 when Atlas orders an all-out assault against Ryan and his supporters. The conflict turns Rapture into a war-torn and crumbling dystopia, resulting in societal collapse.
Wow.
Ready? Countless deaths.
Yay! Who could have seen that coming?
Ready? Many splicers becoming disfigured and insane from Adam abuse.
Oh man, who could have seen that coming?
And
if
finally,
only there was a way to know.
And finally, a few sane survivors barricading themselves away from the chaos.
Oh man. Oh my goodness.
How fucking scary must it be to be in such a situation where you would rather be in a room alone 5,000 feet under the water?
I don't know. Ask my man Peaches.
What?
Peaches.
Is that a character that I'm just not remembering?
He's essentially like the prospector from Gravity Falls, but if he was in Bioshock.
Like the guy who was in Fontaine Fisheries.
Oh, okay.
The guy.
It's been a while since I played this game. Definitely.
Yeah. He would ask you to put all your weapons away in like this container, but you gotta get in the pretty pictures. That's where he gives you the camera.
Oh, he's the guy that gives the camera. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Okay. I'm remembering now.
You know what? Also, like, speaking of the camera, you know what? One of the funniest fucking things that I've ever done in a video game is with this camera. It doesn't actually matter what state. Like, it just matters if the splicers are living or dead. Like, it doesn't matter what they're doing in the picture in order to get like picture points. You know, like to get that grade up. So
Action shots.
the action shots, yeah. So it doesn't actually matter what they're doing. So I found a way to quickly get those pictures, which is shock them and take like 10 pictures successively and then kill them. So just imagine like somebody comes up to like, you're a splicer.
Snap.
You're a splicer, right? And you're just getting shocked. And all of a sudden, immediately, it's like,
Hold that pose. Hold that pose. Hold that. You're like,
Just
I
freeze
can't not
them.
hold
That's the
that.
way
All
to-
of my muscles are seizing. So,
I literally cannot not hold that if I wanted to.
No, if you freeze them, they will hold that pose.
That's true.
And then you take the photos.
Absolutely. I just thought that was the funniest fucking, like, I wish I could record it and show it to you, because I was laughing so hard. But the first time I did it, I'm like, I can't believe that fucking works. So, yeah, that's cool. You know, like, I like the idea that there's still some kind of humanism in this, where, you know, this guy just wants the pictures of the splicers. He wants to figure out what the fuck they are.
yeah.
And, you know, I think that's cool, you know, to kind of, you know, remind yourself that there are other people down here and not just these sickly ghouls.
Yeah.
You know?
It kind of
But-
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But like after you get him the pictures and you go to Fontaine Fisheries, he's just like, wait a minute. Because keep in mind, Atlas told, not Atlas, Andrew Ryan told everyone that Fontaine is gone.
Yeah.
And like they assured like Peaches, like he's gone. And then just like, wait a minute. No, I know. And we're like, okay, no, he's finally losing his
Yeah,
humanity.
there he goes.
And then he tries to get you.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show you how deep fear, how crazy fear can drive a person. You know, and it's just, it's sad. It's sad to watch this man literally fucking devolve in front of you.
I
Yeah.
mean, you listen to the splicers and they're like talking to themselves, just like babbling like insane shit to themselves.
Yeah.
Like, so like it's got to be a unique existence for sure.
Oh yeah, and the doctor, like the first time you come in contact with the doctor, like who's making up Steinman. Yeah, I forgot.
We're gonna get into him. Yeah.
Oh my god, like, ew, my lord, like that's one of the first fucking people you encounter. Like
I think he is the first boss, Nicole. Are you right? Am I right?
Yes,
I think he is the
first boss.
Yeah, well, I'm talking like one of the first people in general that you encounter, not just a boss. He's definitely the first boss,
Oh,
but
sure.
I'm talking about like one of the first people you encounter.
Oh,
I'm like,
human, still
Yeah,
relatively sane
like-
people. Okay, yeah, okay.
still like comparatively human, you know, like that's so fucking insane. That imagine just not having any idea that this place exists, and then just 20 minutes later this is what you're dealing with. You know, like that's so fucking crazy.
All right, so shall we get into the plot beat by beat?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so Nicole, feel free to interject if there's a favorite part of the game, obviously, as I go through. But we're going to start from like the very beginning, and we'll even go into the alternate endings, depending on one of the things that will become clear soon. In 1960, the protagonist Jack is a passenger on the plane that goes, not on the plane, not just the one plane that flew over the Atlantic in 1960.
He was on Amelia Earhart's plane.
That's why we can't find it.
That's why we crashed.
That's the deep Bioshock lore, is that it was actually Amelia Earhart.
Jack is Amelia Earhart. Imagine.
In 1960, the protagonist Jack is a passenger on a plane that goes down in the Atlantic Ocean. As the only survivor, Jack makes his way to a nearby lighthouse that houses a bathysphere terminal, which takes him to Rapture. Jack is contacted by the mysterious Atlas via radio and is guided to confront the perils of the ruined city. Atlas requests Jack's help in stopping Ryan, directing him to a docked bathysphere where he says Ryan has trapped his family. When Jack first encounters the Little Sisters, Atlas urges them to kill them to harvest their Adam. However, Dr. Tannenbaum makes an appearance to intervene and insists that Jack should spare them, providing him with a plasmid that can remove the sea slug from their bodies and free them of their brainwashing. So I think we should stop there, because that's kind of the big moral decision of the game. It's like,
Petty morality.
do you harvest this child, thus killing them, and get more of the superpower juice? Or do you spare them from a life of being a drug factory?
Yeah, I mean, it was an easy choice for me.
Yeah,
it was an
same.
extremely easy choice for me. Like, I got a gun. Like, you know, I'm very well versed in how to use those. You know, I don't need the superpowers throughout the game. And I feel like if I harvested literally any of them, I just would feel fucking awful throughout my whole playthrough about it. You know, like, if I have the opportunity to save someone in a game, I will do it. You know, I'm like, even in Halo, I'm like, I want to make sure all of my random ass NPCs survive. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very difficult. It's a very hard decision.
yeah, I mean, it was just like immediate. Like, this is a child. You know, this is a child. They were turned into a drug factory.
Sure.
Why the fuck am I just going to kill them? You
Yeah.
know, why am I going to treat them like the objects they were turned into?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They didn't ask to be like this. In one of the audio clips that you find, not all of the kids were, I think, orphans.
Yeah, they were kidnapped.
Yeah, because like they were saying, one was from a mom saying that I think it was like Andrew Ryan sent like a letter saying that they needed her daughter while she was still young, and she would be doing the greater good for Rapture.
Yeah, it's fucked, man. It's
So
totally
they just
fucked.
packed that kid up and said goodbye. Here you go.
Exactly. Like, fuck, dude. It's ridiculous. It's awful. You know, so I just immediate save.
I was curious. That's all I'm going to say.
What happened?
Oh no, Z, what happens? Yeah. I didn't want to find out.
It's not. I wouldn't say, like, I don't know if there's an animation at all. Hold on, I'll see.
Not fettered by petty morality.
Does Tenenbaum say anything to
You
after?
can get. I know you can get away. Yes, she does definitely, like. She definitely does try to make you feel understandably shitty about what you've done the first time, but
Yeah.
I know for a fact that you can get away with having a certain amount of killing a certain amount of them, and while still getting the good ending. I think, if I remember correctly. No, it's all. The player harvests one or more little sisters. Yeah. So that's part of the ending. So yeah, it's either all or nothing. It's nerf or nothing on this one.
Yeah, I feel like it's just the right thing to do. I would feel a pit in my stomach, you know, the whole game if I did that.
Killed a child.
Yeah, I'd just be like, I had an opportunity to save them and I murdered them. You know, like that's
You get 160 Adam for each. So
They give me presents with a teddy bear, okay?
I got a gun with bullets in it. Like, the gun is the original Adam.
you are consistently out of ammo in that game.
That's
I know
fine.
you
I
are.
got a wrench.
I know that you are.
I got a wrench. I got a wrench. I got these fucking hands. These hands never run out of
ammo. Jack eventually works his way back to the bathysphere containing Atlas's family, but Ryan destroys it before Jack can reach it. Infuriated, Atlas has Jack fight his way through various districts towards Ryan's lair, forcing Jack to contend with many of Ryan's deranged allies along the way, such as the mad surgical doctor, Dr. J.S. Steinman.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Mm-hmm.
And the insane former musician and art collector, my favorite character in Bioshock,
Walt Disney.
Sander Cohen.
This is definitely Walt Disney.
I mean, Walt Disney plus the Marquis de Sade plus, like, he's a fucking freak. I hate this guy, but I love him.
He's a fucking Phantom of the Opera looking motherfucker. And, I love him, crazy fucking dude. Like,
Yeah.
of all the types of crazy they had to put in this game, theater major is not one of them. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. I will contend that is exactly right. And this Charlie Chaplin looking motherfucker takes the cake, bro. Takes the cake.
Yeah.
And then he's also in the Bioshock Infinite DLC as well, which was crazy.
Really?
Yeah, he is. He's in Burial at Sea. There's like a whole level where you're in like his like theater like performance art piece pretty much. Eventually,
Do I have to play the piano? Do I have to play the piano? And if he doesn't like it, he blows it up.
No. Yeah, you like enter like a white room and then there's just like the bunny mask, like, and it's adorable.
Oh, God.
It's very freaky. All right. Eventually, Jack enters Ryan's office after Atlas drops, I think maybe like one of the more iconic lines of the game, where he says, "Would you kindly go up to Ryan's office and kill the son of a bitch?" Oh,
yeah.
so cool.
That's so good. Yeah. Oh, did we talk about Atlas's family, and also the fact that Atlas is just this supposed to be this stout like Irishman?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be this like Highlander kind of like this modern day Highlander,
Yeah.
and
The man of the people.
a man of the people, and I really something sticks out to me about Atlas, and there's something that kind of like made me a little uneasy, and I'll tell you why. The family that he had when we saw his family get blown up.
Yeah.
The names of the family. The wife's name is Moira. And the son's name is Patrick. And I will tell you why that like didn't sit right with me.
Can't trust Patrick.
No, it's not that you can't trust a Patrick, but like
No employee wants to be a Patrick.
but after this, I will tell you why that made me uneasy.
Okay, bet. That's fair. Jack eventually enters Ryan's office, where Ryan is casually playing golf and explains Jack's true origins. Through his dialogue and the evidence
Of course
that has
he's
been
fucking
gathered,
playing golf. Of course Andrew Ryan is playing fucking golf.
mini golf by himself, bro. I'm like, you're
The most douchey rich person sport. Like
Mini golf?
I can't play regular sports. I need to hole out an entire village to hit a ball the size of my fucking eye 300 yards and make sure the peasants know that this whole land is just my sporting area. Fuck golf.
that was such a spirited fucking indictment
All
of
my
golf.
life, my dad is such a huge fan of golf, and all my life I'm thinking, why the fuck do they need this much space for a sport? I could go play basketball in the size of a fucking truck. Like, it's ridiculous.
Colton hates sports.
No, I hate golf.
No, I hate golf. Right. So, through his dialogue and the evidence gathered up to this point, it is revealed that Jack is actually Andrew Ryan's illegitimate son, sold by Ryan's mistress as an embryo to Frank Fontaine, who then had Doctors Tenenbaum and Suchong rapidly age Jack into adulthood and turned into an obedient assassin. Whew.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
What a fucking bombshell to drop right there. Like, what the fuck?
I think it's definitely the climax of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, but the reason why the mom did it was interesting.
Please.
Okay, so the mom's name is Jasmine. She actually was in
Aladdin,
Eve's No, it
I'm so sorry. You shouldn't have to do
It's
it.
okay.
Go on.
Rapture is a whole new world indeed.
So she was actually trying to get noticed for like her acting skills by your favorite guy, Cohen.
Oh, yes, Andrew Cohen, yeah.
Yeah, but she wasn't like he didn't see her as like being good. But when Andrew Ryan saw her, he was just like, why not come to Rapture? I'll make you a star.
Gross.
And so the thing,
Hate that line so much.
Gross.
and like he was like supporting her, and she was just like, she was getting all these things, but she wanted to be independent because Andrew Ryan can just throw her away anytime. So she was trying to get the money to be independent. So that was the whole reason why. But when Andrew Ryan found out, he actually had her killed by his own hands rather than through someone else. And you actually hear the audio when you go to I think it's either Eve's Garden in Fort Frolic or Poseidon's Plaza.
Oh my god, the fucking garden.
Ugh.
Haven't thought
So
about,
much shit in that garden.
Haven't thought about that level in years. Smoke cigarette. So yeah, I mean, that's crazy. That's like a good reason, I feel like, enough. And like, it was really just Fontaine dicking on Andrew Ryan because, as we will see, you know, he has the doctors rapidly age Jack into adulthood and turned him into an obedient assassin, capable of accessing any of Rapture's systems locked to Ryan's genetic code, and thus ensure Frank Fontaine's victory in the war. Fucking crazy. Crazy. It only gets deeper. It only gets deeper in this, like, minute and a half of dialogue? Like,
yeah, that's a lot to process. Like, I had to, like, pause and be like, okay, hold on. I just gotta, like, I want to go back and think about this game for a little bit. I had to come back to this. This is the part where I paused and had to come back to this game.
that's fair.
So
That's fair.
like, holy shit, dude. You know, and then it doesn't even like it doesn't even stop, because then you get some other crazy shit happening immediately afterward.
Here we go. We're keep going. We're gonna keep the crazy train rolling here.
Oh yeah.
Jack was then smuggled to the surface with false memories of a normal life, waiting to be called back to Rapture when needed. Ryan suddenly takes control of Jack's actions by asking the phrase, "Would you kindly?" followed by a command. Jack realizes this phrase has preceded many of Atlas's commands and realizes that it is a hypnotic trigger, forcing him to follow any orders without question. Jack then also realizes that he was responsible for the plane crash, having read a letter on board containing the same trigger phrase, "Would you kindly?"
Oh my god. It's so fucking crazy. Oh god. Like I just thought it was I just thought it was one of Atlas's quirks. You know what I mean? Like, just like one of his quirky phrases, like just oh god. And then so many other people said it too. I also thought it was just the fact that it was the fucking early 60s and like, speech was just like that back then. It was
just like
it was just so weirdly, it was sinisterly, like nicely sinister is the way I would put
nicely sinister. That is solid.
Yeah, like that's how all speech was back then, essentially. Like you could, like everyone's like, oh yeah, we're all happy. We're not totally burning alive. It's everything's not terrible. We're all happy, and now we just are like, no, everything fucking sucks.
Everything is terrible. Everything is terrible. We are burning. Like,
yeah, exactly. So, but it's so freaky, and it just becomes such a creepy piece of information to know how many people have said that in the game.
Yeah.
And like what you have done immediately preceding that.
Is this the reason why, was this realization part of why it's your favorite game, Nicole?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I'm sorry.
No problem. Right.
No, I'm sorry. I was just remembering a line that Jack says. I think it was in the beginning of the game. Where he was saying about like his pretend parents.
Right.
With the false memories.
The farm.
We're saying in the farm. We're saying, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. And you know what? They were right.
Yikes. That's so crazy.
Oh god, it's so it's so heavy. This scene is so fucking heavy, and it's not even the most important part of the game.
No.
Like that's the fucking craziest part. Like this game doesn't let you breathe after this scene at all.
No, it's just constant falling action. Like it's like getting thrown down the crest of the roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ryan chooses to die by his own will, compelling Jack to beat him to death with a golf club. Because as we hear him say many times, a man chooses and a slave obeys. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so crazy. And if you look on Jack's like wrists when you inject
Has the chain
Eve into your arms, or if you do plasmids, he has these two little tattoos of chains around his wrists. And I think that chains around the wrists is one of the most common symbols of like a person in bondage or a person in slavery, a person not really in charge of themselves. So I just think it's a really cool little symbol. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just even in death, he's just like, you're still a slave and you'll always be.
That's why he was created.
Yeah, it's so fucking crazy. And then the next piece of information is fucking banana sandwiches.
Atlas. Yeah, what's up?
On a side note, Colton, guess what? Andrew Ryan does die via golf.
He does. You
Yeah.
know what? I'm kind of glad. That this is how he died. I always knew golf was evil, and I'm very glad that Andrew Ryan was bested at the hands of a golf club. It's symbolic, it's beautiful, and it was very satisfying to absolutely turn that man into chunky salsa. Like, I don't care if I was a slave. I don't care if it was not my will. It was just satisfying to see him turn to chunky salsa after everything he's done. But, like, it's just, oh my God. I'm still thinking about it now. And again, now that I'm even saying that, I'm like, I don't know if I'm actually that happy about it. Like, I don't know about that, because
outrageous.
Oh.
It's outrageous.
God.
I'm unfortunately have asked the old internet, has anyone died playing golf? Has anyone died?
Never zero.
Is that
due to golf?
okay? I thought you were looking because we have a video feed up, and Z just looked at his camera like the same way like a cow would look at an oncoming train, and I'm like, I thought he was doing that to me, and I was like, well, did I say something like not okay here?
No.
So how many people have died playing golf?
So I don't hear. I haven't gotten a reliable number that wasn't from fucking like Yahoo Answers. But I do know a story of an actor by the name of Stephen Boyd, Northern Irish actor, known for being in Ben-Hur, died of a heart attack while playing golf. So I don't know if it's exactly the golf that killed him, but I think we can call Andrew Ryan's death as via putter, you know?
I'm just imagining, you know, when like they're about to make the stroke, and they're just like, and we need absolute silence.
I just feel like it happens like as soon as he gets the golf club up, so that it kind of like the pain, it kind of slips out of his hands. I think. You're just like,
And like he just lands on the ground, and everyone's like,
love it. An excellent stroke by Stevens here.
it was actually a heart attack, not a
Oh,
stroke.
excuse me. That's gonna cost him some points. Atlas then reveals himself to be Frank Fontaine, having faked his death and used Atlas as an alias to hide his identity while providing an heroic figure for the poor people to rally behind for his own ends.
This is why the names of the family gave me pause. Because this is like, if Atlas was Italian, or like if Atlas was like, you know,
Greek.
This is Greek. You know, like, it doesn't matter. Like the names were so. Like their last name may as well have been Mick Irishman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, this was like.
I'm gonna go for an old school reference when I say Atlas O'Brien O'Sullivan O'Hara.
Yeah, exactly. Like they were so Irish. Like I was like, that is not real. Like that is the least real family names I've ever heard in my life. Like this man heard Irish names and said, I need to convince this man I'm Irish.
Right.
No, but I get the suspicion, but like I didn't even know they had names because all the time he would say it, he's just like my wife and child, my wife and child.
Well, he said it when the bathysphere exploded.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like before that, like he kept saying my wife and child. I'm like, they probably have names.
Yeah, that's also another thing. Like he never talked about them other than that, and I'm like, that was kind of just like a '60s thing, you know, like. You know, like a man would be like, "Oh, my wife, my wife, my wife." I'm like, she's got a fucking name. Like, you know, like doing a show for, you know, boomers, basically, that I've been doing all these years. I've learned that kind of way of speech. But like, fucking, oh my God, like, dude, like he didn't sell this at all. Now that I think about it,
I think because he wasn't expecting Ryan to blow up the bathysphere.
No, true.
Even if there was
came up
someone
with
in there.
them on
Was
the
there someone
fly.
in there, Nicole?
There were two people.
Yeah, there were two splicer bodies.
I got you.
Yeah.
Got you. But either way, I feel like he wasn't expecting it, and he got blown up by Andrew Ryan, and he goes, "Oh fuck! I have to think of a name. I have to act sad."
Frank Fontaine, not the best method actor.
No,
let me
no,
tell
no.
you. But
However,
God.
does get the upper hand on our hero momentarily With Ryan finally dead, Fontaine takes control of Ryan's systems and leaves Jack to be killed by hostile security drones. Jack is, however, saved by Dr. Tenenbaum and the little sisters that have been cured, and is helped to remove Frank Fontaine's mental conditioning, including one that could have stopped Jack's heart at one word from Fontaine.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
Was
Well,
it like Yellow Jacket?
Yeah, something yellow.
Something yellow. The code word was
Code Yellow. It was Code Yellow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Something yellow.
Like, that's fucking... That's some MK Ultra shit. Like,
Why
that's,
yellow?
That's unbelievable. Like, oh my god. That's so like 1960s spy movie ass. Like,
It's a code yellow. It's a code yellow, you see.
I love that shit, but oh my god, how crazy is that?
Wait a minute. I just realized.
What?
Oh, sorry.
What's up? What did you just realize?
Okay. So, you know how they were saying Fontaine died, right?
Yeah.
And then Atlas came, right?
Yes.
Why did no one
Pick up on that?
notice? Because, like, I don't think at this time they would have great disguises, you know, with the like latex. You can make yourself look like someone else. So because Fontaine, in the pictures they have on the little voice recorder thing on the,
Yeah.
he was bald and like had a mustache and everything.
Well, I think the whole point of Atlas was that he was like an unseen
He was fake.
hero.
Yeah, he was
I think
fake.
that's
He was like
yeah,
figured.
yeah.
Yeah, but he was for the people, and like when the people were rioting, were they like, who is Atlas actually?
Yeah,
And then-
well, that's the whole thing. That's his whole shtick is that he never shows himself. You know what I
That's
mean?
dumb.
He's like he is representative of the people in the fact that just his actions inspire the people. And
What
that- it's
actions?
an-
No one saw him.
He's fucking Spartacus.
That's
Oh God, he's Spartacus.
theoretically, yes, absolutely.
Yes. Oh God, that's so stupid.
That's dumb.
So dumb.
Jack pursues Fontaine to his lair, where he transforms himself into a blue-skinned humanoid by injecting himself with a large supply of Adam. Little sisters aid Jack in draining the atoms from Frank Fontaine's body and eventually kill him, thus being the end of yonder video game, but it does have two alternate endings, so you kind of got to finally take down Frank Fontaine. You finally got to take down this person that had...
For real.
What?
For real this time.
Actually, now...
Yeah.
You finally got to take care of this kind of like shadow leader, this person that was pulling strings in the background this whole time and deeply betrayed and vastly altered the course of your life. Like, it's
Literally, like, you only exist because of his shittiness.
yeah.
You know, like it's ridiculous.
So, yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say on it. It's a really fitting end for such a wonderful piece of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about, you know, the bad ending of BioShock, and then we'll talk about the good ending.
Okay.
Because I like to I say we end on the good ending.
Okay, and it's also the good ending is also considered canon in BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea, so that's all that really matters.
Good.
To me.
Good.
So, if the player should harvest one or more little sister, Jack turns on the little sisters to harvest their Adam. Tenenbaum sadly narrates what occurs, condemning Jack and his actions. A U.S. Navy submarine then comes across the wreckage of the plane and finds itself suddenly surrounded by bathyspheres containing splicers, who attack the crew and take control of it. The submarine is revealed to be carrying nuclear missiles, with Tenenbaum claiming that Jack has now stolen the terrible secrets of the world. The more little sisters Jack harvests throughout the game, the harsher and more furious Tenenbaum's narrative becomes. Yeah, I highly recommend at least listening to what she says when you harvest the little sisters, because it gets angry.
It gets fucked. And this is like, she's a scientist from Germany in the 40s.
Yikes.
She tells you she was there.
Yeah. So yeesh, lot to unpack there.
It's okay. She's underwater.
And
She
she's calling you.
She's fine.
And she's calling you out, like, and I'm like, oh.
Doesn't she admit that she was?
Yeah, she essentially is like, yeah, I was pretty much complicit in a lot
Yeah.
of
I
that.
to tell you this,
so.
Colton, but Dr. Yi Su Chong is in fact from Japan at the same time. Around the same historical period.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, my God.
Yikes.
Oh, welcome to Rapture.
I also realized that they gave her a phonetically transcribed accent, and it's really rough.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Either way,
Right.
so that is the bad ending. So you become a warlord essentially.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? Do I think that it's a good thing to do? No. But realistically, if I were in Jack's situation, I don't know if my mind would able to handle any other different way of life at that point.
Yeah, and that's
You know what I mean?
that's what I think this is. I think that harvesting a little sister, even one, is that choice, that kind of pushover
yeah.
into a new like you said earlier, there's no going back from that.
I always like to try and, think about video games or stories like this in completely objective terms. And you got to think about why would he do this? The man just found out he was specifically created to just fuck with this guy named Andrew Ryan. And you know what I mean? Just specifically created to fuck with him. Yeah. And by this dude who just wanted to take control of a city that he didn't own. And your entire existence is just, you were robbed of your humanity, robbed of any experience at all, robbed of any possibility of a normal life. I think I'd be pretty fucking mad.
Yeah.
I hate to say, who could blame Jack for becoming a nuclear warlord? But
I think we can blame Jack for becoming a nuclear warlord.
I think we can. Of course we can blame him for becoming a nuclear warlord. But how do you know that your mind will be intact after something like that? How do you know that you will have the rational thought to not do that?
You don't. You really kind of don't. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, the psychological implications of this game are fucking insane.
But since most of us are generally kind human beings, most of us got the other ending, which is what happens.
We definitely both got that ending. It's
Yeah.
It's a beautiful ending.
It is, and I think
I like it.
Yeah, I think it kind of ties everything up into a nice little bow. It's obviously very, emotionally satisfying, and, you feel good for doing all of the crazy shit that you had to do. If the player rescues all of the little sisters, Jax takes them back to the surface with him and adopts 5 of them as his daughters. Tenenbaum happily narrates how they go on to live full lives under Jack's care, eventually surrounding him on his deathbed. It is beautiful because you see his hand with the tattoo, the chain tattoo, and you just see all 5 hands just sort of join him and just sort of place themselves on his hand and on his wrist and arm. And like I said, this ending is considered canon in Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea. So when the Bioshock people actually decided to go back to Rapture, because that's obviously what happens, spoiler alert for this DLC, and totally not the last 10 minutes of Bioshock Infinite. It's event this the way that it shakes down like this is like the way that the creators probably intended it to be.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this scene so much because, it's literally the direct opposite of what I was saying before, where this is like, he was robbed of his humanity. He was robbed of his chance to be a human being. And his first thought upon exiting this situation is, I'm not going to let anyone else get robbed of this. I'm going to give them as human an experience as possible. That's what the rest of my life is going to be about. And I think that's fucking beautiful. So, and it makes me feel good. It gives me like a warm feeling in my tummy. Like
inconceivably good plot. Like it's very excellent.
Absolutely. And just what a beautiful end to a beautiful game.
Yeah.
And then the second one came out. And now I got to play that. So
it's okay. I like
really?
it. It's mid, but it's okay.
Okay. All right, because I know we've played a little bit of BioShock Infinite, and like I know it's just like to bring back an old joke. It's just BioShock 1 upside down. Like
it's instead of sea capitalists, you fight sky racists.
It's unbelievable. It's Wolfenstein on an airship. Like it's just what I mean. Like, oh god, but I love this series. It tackles so many crazy social concepts in unbelievably extreme but also very conceivable ways. So
ways that are conceivable and inconceivable.
Yeah, exactly. If Jeff Bezos rose to power in 1950, we would have lived BioShock. You know what I mean? Like, that's what would have happened. If he was born 50 years earlier, we would have lived BioShock. So,
maybe.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
Like, do you think Lyndon Johnson would not have allowed that? Like,
my boy Baines, bro. Lyndon Baines Johnson.
Absolutely. Like, just fucking crazy.
Yeah. And it's kind of a cautionary tale. It is kind of like a don't do this. Like this is like clearly not the move.
Exactly.
Not the thing to do. Don't take all the rich people and put them under the sea, please.
Yeah.
Don't eat sea slugs.
Don't eat sea slugs. That is a great it's a great lesson.
Don't do Adam. I would imagine it could fit under the umbrella of don't do drugs, but like specifically don't do Adam.
Yeah, like I would say this is like a don't do hard drugs. Like anything anything that like has to go into your arm every 5 minutes, don't do that. Like
no, you only got 9 slots. You can't hold that much.
There's only so much Eve.
Yeah.
Exactly. It just
Stop
play
it.
the game. Play this fucking game. Yeah,
Yeah.
stop it, get some help, and then play this fucking game. Just
Yep.
Oh my god. Like what you don't have to this is an audio medium. We can't
I know, but you guys see
it.
it. I have a question. I know that we're going over the end, but do you guys remember the ghosts that you encounter throughout the game?
Yeah.
The ghosts?
No, I sure don't remember this.
Okay, so
as if this game wasn't fucky enough.
Now we have ghosts.
Yeah.
Ghosts.
Yeah. Or like images of the past. I think it was actually, they said it was a side effect of having like the atom inside, that you see like events that were happening. Because like, say if you go into the bathroom when that had the big New Year's party that was like taken over by the like rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
You see like for every area there's a ghost or a flashback. Like there's one for Steinman, there's one for Eve's Garden, there's one for
Poseidon Plaza, I think.
Yeah, and it's just very interesting to see, because you're seeing like the almost like the splicers before they turned.
You know
like,
what, guys? You know what? I know this is a big don't do drugs game, but superpowers and the ability to watch history unfold in front. I don't know, man. I think I take the hook hands. I don't know. That's like two big win columns. Like that's, you know what I mean?
You might lose half your face though.
I don't know, man. I think I'd be fine with it. I think I'd be fine just being able to literally watch history unfold in front of me and shoot lightning out of my hands.
Sounding like this.
Ting, 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 ting.
But think about it. You can't do things like you can't wipe your face then because you'll stab yourself.
That's the first thing you think about when you lose. Okay.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna itch
How
my
are you
eye.
going to wipe your face?
How am I gonna itch my eyes?
Yeah.
It's the first day with the hook hands. I have an iPad. Did the drugs? Did the drugs erode your eyes too? Nah, first day with the hook hands.
I just imagine like the splicer on like the first day of having hook hands. It's like, boy, I'm hungry. I can't wait to make dip.
I'm just walking around. I'm walking around Rapture. The only fucking thing Andrew Ryan didn't invent is a bidet.
A bidet. Yeah. Oh man, bidet centric. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think
With all this water around here.
This is a untouchable of video games. This is like a Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
like a game changer, a life changer, and a fantastic title.
yeah. This is definitely like, this is someone's first dive into like the post-apocalyptic genre of games.
Nice, do it.
I did the wrong one.
Classic.
Oopsie. But like, you know, this is like someone's first foray into this, you know, post-apocalyptic genre of games. You know, this leads you into a Fallout. This leads you into a Rust. You know, this leads you into so many other different types of games, and it's just so cool. I love this post-apocalyptic, you know, type of game. Love it. I absolutely love it.
What would you say is the creepiest encounter?
Creepiest, definitely Dr. Simon. Like I can't stand that motherfucker. I can't, like, there's something so uniquely scary to me that is an insane doctor. You know, there's something so primally terrifying about that to me, because this is a person who like knows how your body works entirely and knows exactly how to fuck with it in the worst possible ways. It's just
knows where to sever you.
Yeah, it like no. Like, I work with doctors on a daily basis, and I'm like, one of you could just fucking go insane, like, at any point. And they're under so much stress all the time, especially now. And I'm like, one of you is going to go insane, and I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for the day. Like, and it's just freaky, absolutely freaky to me.
Yeah, I would say Dr. Steinman is probably a special case.
Ha! There's a lot of these today. I love this.
But you know, I just think that it's a game that knows how to sell itself. It's a game that knows how to present itself, and it's atmospheric.
Bathospheric.
Dummy.
Z, you good? You all right?
Now I am. I had
Okay.
to scream just now.
I imagine your roommates are like, is he What is he okay? And then like, I'd imagine Warren's like, no, just don't even worry about it. Like, this happens like at least 3 times a day. Like it's.
I'd imagine my roommate Marcus is in the middle of like a yoga breath, and I'm just like screaming.
He's like, did that just come out of me?
Yeah. But Nicole, I would love your overall takes of this game, because you seem to love it so much. You've been streaming it.
It is a beautiful, breathtaking game. The story is amazing. It's very captivating. The mechanics are fantastic. With the powers, but also with your weapons, whether it be a melee weapon or a firearm. And I can't wait to play Infinite, because I haven't played it, and I played like half of the second one.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
So
I actually know a little bit about Infinite.
Really?
Yeah.
I know a couple bits and pieces.
Book or catch.
Like I know there's a bird, and I know
there's a bird, all right.
There's a bird. I'll show you the bird. And give the girl, wipe away the debt. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Give us the girl. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Bioshock Infinite's great. I also highly recommend that. Also would love to do an episode on that. Let's fucking go.
Of course. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
I have the collection, so I have time and energy now to play
you should
it.
definitely play Burial at Sea as well. You should definitely play the DLC. At least the Burial at Sea DLC. You don't have to go for Clash in the Clouds. That was just like fight a bunch of enemies with an objective.
In the clouds?
So, Clash in the Clouds is it's called.
I know, but do I have to fight in the clouds? Do I have to fight clouds?
I mean, technically, you're fighting in the. You're not fighting clouds, and you technically fight in the clouds for the entirety of Bioshock Infinite.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's. Oh god, it's so cool. It's such a cool game.
All right,
Yeah,
solid. I'll
you're gonna
play
like
it. But all English, please. All in all, it's a wonderful game. I remember playing it originally for the 360, and then getting it for the Switch again, and I'm like, it's a beautiful game that I would love to just. I heard rumors. This isn't confirmed, but BioShock 4.
Ooh.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
You know what? I'm gonna look this up.
I heard rumors. It's not confirmed or anything, but I heard possibility, like it might happen, and I'm just like, please be true. Please be one of the few things that's true.
I would like that to be true too. Yeah, I agree.
Because there are a couple games that I like that I like. They say they're trying to make happen another copy, but it never happens. So I'm like, please let this be one of them. Please.
December 13th, 2021. BioShock 4 is officially on the way.
Confirmed! Let's fucking go. You heard it here first, probably, because I just heard it here first.
Yeah,
The official announcement followed months of rumors that the game was in development and had been for some time, but 2K Games has made it clear that the next BioShock will be in development for the next several years.
Let's go!
So, yeah.
Let us fucking proceed, boys. Oh my god. I can't wait.
Yeah, this is good. This is some good shit. Imagine a BioShock set in the fucking 90s. You know, like...
Where will it be? We already have the sea and the sky.
Underground.
Underground.
Grunge underground. Grunge underground.
Grunge
Ken
underground.
Levine, are you listening?
Instead of Eve, it's just sliced orange soda.
It's actually Alice in Chains.
Oh my! It's Alice in Chains and Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You have to fight the final boss, Max Headroom.
Oh god!
Something tells me we have to stop this podcast. Something tells me we need to bring this to a screeching halt.
I think the Max Headroom joke is a perfect way to end this. That's good. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening.
Thank you to Nicole. It was so cool to have you.
God.
Thank you for having me. It's amazing. I'm so happy we got to talk about this.
Yeah, I remember pitching this episode. I'm like, I think I want to do a BioShock episode. And Nicole, she whipped around with such a ferocity that I literally heard her hair making contact with the air as it traveled.
God.
Oh my god! And she's like, "Yes." So I'm like, "Yeah, let's fucking go." Oh god, thank you for introducing me to this game.
No problem.
Why are you shaking my head?
No problem, sir. No problem, sir. Teaching you culture. That's it. Teaching you culture.
That it would be absolutely. I would laugh for the rest of my life if you guys finally said "I do" and then she just stuck out a stiff hand, bro. That shit would. I would be deceased. I would be a former person if that happened. That would not.
Like a small kiss and then a handshake later.
Good game. Good game.
Go game.
As-
GG.
As you go down the aisle, just a quick.
The priest just shakes our hands. Go out, have fun.
Stop. Cut it up. Just go to the outro.
Goodbye, everybody. Oh my god, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/CZ special. I stream tonight, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Holy shit.
And if you could follow me on at ZFormArts on Instagram, that's at ZEEFormArts. I would love to do any Bioshock commissions, so let me know. Hit me up on Instagram DM, and we'll talk.
Absolutely. Nicole, you can actually plug your stream.
I was gonna say, and you can find me nowhere because you can't find me no more. No,
I've expunged my existence from the internet.
but I guess you can find me at wherever Colton is at.
Every other week you stream when I don't. So
Yeah, on Fridays, the other Friday.
absolutely. So go. I want to see you finish playing BioShock. I really like watching you play it.
Yeah, no, but it's like I wish, because I am not great at the setup. I wish I could have either you or someone else also like playing it with me.
Yeah. Well, I'll set it up for you before I leave. You know.
Thank you.
Of course. Oh my god, thank you so much, guys. This was a lot of fun. And Z,
Yeah.
would you kindly join me for the next week?
Yes.
Goodbye, everybody.
Okay. Is that all?